I've got a bad case of dad bod.
I'm a middle-aged dad, and this is my journey to get back in shape by rediscovering my childhood love of cycling. Come on and take a ride with me.
All right, welcome back to On Your Left. It's been an interesting week. It's been a while since I've been out riding, just because we've had, as you can see, quite a bit of snow up here. At its height, it was about 2 feet. It took a while to spend a couple of days digging out, and then the roads really haven't been all that great until today and yesterday. And the weather's just really nice today, despite all the snow. It's actually fairly warm out. I'm basically wearing, a t-shirt and this light pullover over it, and that's about it. So today, just because I'm not sure how all the roads are in the area, I'm sticking to some of the local roads, some easier areas. I'm going to go into an area called Lost Valley. We'll do a lap or two around there, burn up about, say 15-20 minutes of time, and then I'll sign off and continue on with my ride a little bit more on some of the local streets. The area I'm going is just under that little rail bridge that you see up ahead, and there's a train going overhead at the same time. It's a one-lane bridge, so I got a one-lane tunnel, so I got to be careful going through it. And we're good to go. The area is fairly flat, and I'll talk a little bit more about when we get there. So let me take off and see you there. That was a small train. Usually I'm going to wait for this car to come through. The car's waving me on. Brakes are squeaking a little bit because it's wet. All right, and here we go. This area is relatively level. There's some, one or two hilly spots, but a lot of this area is actually river floodplain. So it gets a lot of flooding. So there's gradually people have been moving out of this area, selling off the houses, and the area's been getting cleared a little bit at a time. But it doesn't get a lot of traffic, and it's an okay place to ride. Mostly level, roads are in decent condition. A lot of the reclaimed land is now park, some ball fields nearby. It's low speed limit, just local traffic, and not a whole lot of that. All right, I'm going to take it a little easy around this curve because it might not be cleared too well, or it looks like there's a little bit of a puddle there. I'm going to try and go through the narrowest, shallowest looking portion of it, just because I don't remember how deep that dip is. All right, looks like they've done a decent job of, I was a little worried about this bend since it's kind of out of the way. It looks like they did a decent job of clearing it up. Yeah, so we got a really heavy snow. Started late Sunday going into Monday. We had a ton of snow on Monday and kept snowing on and off through Tuesday. I'm going to turn here. And altogether, it's melted back a little bit now, but we got something like 2 feet. All right, this part's a little, I'm gonna slow it down. This portion's a little icy. Just want to go careful here. Actually put my foot down just to make sure I didn't slip. Yeah, this part, I'm not going to go too fast here just because Yeah, it's a little slushy. It's not bad. Not as bad as I thought. Still going to be a little cautious. I'm probably going to swing back to the main road up here. But yeah, on the right, this is all park. On the left, it's reclaimed land for about a block and then back to the normal houses. All right, this looks a little disgusting. That was fun. Slipped a little bit. So the road going off to the left actually didn't look bad, but there was a nice big pile of snow I would have had to cut across the tire marks to get into. So it's kind of easier to go with it. I think I might be able to get across here. I might have to be a little careful going through the ice because it looks like this path gets a little worse. This actually is a full-blown street. All right, a little icy here. I'm gonna slink over it, get back on the road. It wasn't slipping so much, more that that pile of slush and ice was collapsing under my tires as I was going through it. And go to the more well-traveled road. That looks like it's nice and clear. A little dog. Yeah, off the area that I was trying to take you by. There's some soccer fields, softball fields. In the fall when the weather's nicer, well, when there's less pandemic going on, they usually do a little bit of a town fair in the fall. Or is that the spring? I don't remember. They do one of each. I forget which one's here and which one's at the other location. A little bumpy. You see there's little bits of incline in here, but it's nothing drastic. Relatively smooth flat ride. Some bumpy patches, nothing too crazy. And yes, I do have my suspension locked right now for road riding. Some of this stuff, it's not really rough enough that I really need to worry about it. Let's see how this side street is. Yeah, this side street's a little better. Let's go take a right here. And a left over here. If I could go right here, this went through, this would go back to those fields and that less plowed road that I was on. Not only is it a dead end, there's a big, 4-foot pile of snow in there. Okay, now more comfortably in the more well-traveled parts of the roads, I'm going to put on a little bit more speed. It's off camera. There's a riverbank to the right. Really can't see much of it because it dips down so much. Putting on a little bit more speed. Nice thing about this area, it's not too big, with the main roads through it are long and straight. Nice long straightaways where you can just go. With the very limited traffic here, you can get a good ride in. take a left up here. Up here's where the town pool is. It hasn't been open since before the pandemic. Little playground. It's usually a popular spot when it's open. Take a right here. There's actually 2 town pools here. The other one's actually bigger. A lot of people like this one because it's a little more out of the way and less people go there. So it's less crowded. Okay, and I gotta stress again, the snow has definitely melted back a bit over the past 2 days. So this doesn't quite give you an appreciation for how much there really was. I would say it was a good between 20 and 30 inches, at least over by my house. Gotta say though, the dogs love it, especially our husky. She's about a year old. This is the first big snow she's been in, and it definitely shows that breed is definitely likes this weather and definitely likes the snow. All right, let me get a little bit more speed. Stretches a little bit uphill. Not so bad. You won't have to mess with your gears too much. There's actually 2 ways in and out of this section of town. One of them goes, there's a road bridge that's actually short. It's actually, I think it's coming up on the right at some point soon. It's actually the quickest way in and out, but even though it's a short bridge, it's got a really strong arch in it, so it's kind of hard to climb. I haven't done it in a while. The other entrance is, well, the one that I took you through with the little 1-lane tunnel. Yeah, this area gets hit hard when the hurricanes roll through. Hurricane Sandy actually wasn't so bad for flooding. They did flood over here, but not all that bad. But hurricane before that, Hurricane Irene, was really devastating to this area. Even these houses you see some here, some of these houses are still messed up from Irene. A lot of them have had a lot of work to do. Just about every house in this area got some kind of damage. And even though Sandy was more recent and arguably the worst hurricane, this area mercifully didn't get it so bad. Okay, this hill coming up is where the road bridge is. I'm not going to go over that today, so I want to keep going, circle back to where I came in. Yeah, I'm going to turn the camera that way so you can kind of see it. Oh, you might have caught a little bit of a glimpse of it. It's just a bridge that arches over some train tracks. Goes up, comes down. Not very long, but it's a little bit drastic of a hill. And again, this part has a little bit of an incline up. Nothing too bad. hit a patch of ice there. All right, when you get a little bit of an uphill, you get a little bit of a downhill. And of course the plow had to come through just as I was driving by. Just in time for me to get to the most drastic part of the hill. Still not very bad, but a little bit more effort than would if I was able to burn through this. Okay, we actually passed the entrance. We came all the way around to this curve again. Just gonna circle around back towards the tunnel, and we should be good for today. All right. It has been a little while since I've been down this way, so I gotta kind of, I think it's where the plow is. All right, come on, dude, you gotta move somewhere. Can't just stay in the middle of the road. Yep, gotta make a left here. Yeah, I guess they're still doing cleanup around here, but roads are actually pretty good. But it has been a while since the main part of the snow, so I would hope that it's nice and cleaned up by now. I'm actually going to swing over here to the tunnel. Technically, I'm supposed to walk through the tunnel. Technically, no bicycles are supposed to go under the bridge either, but that sign doesn't exist on the other side. I'm just going to duck down a little, and we'll slowly just coast through the tunnel. If I sat all the way up, I'd probably be bumping my head. Roll through a little bit of bump going down, and we're out. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a trip. I'm gonna go back down the main road, and I'm just gonna fool around on some of the other side roads for a little bit. But in any case, hope you got something out of this. Hope even though it's snowy, you can still get out and ride. Some people do it in much worse conditions than I'm willing to. So thanks a lot. Hope you had a good time, and see you next time. Peace out.